Good evening, everyone. We are waiting for people to join in. Give us a couple of minutes and we'll begin. So Malvika and Ghazal, let's get started. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I know we have people still joining in, but I would like to begin because we are already past 4 o'clock. So thank you again for being with us today. I appreciate you spending your 1 hour with us. We promise to not disappoint. We promise to keep you engaged and we'll try to help you in some way or the other. May I request Ghazal to please turn on the video? So today we have an exciting session lined up for you guys. I'm not sure how many of you have joined us when we hosted the Women's Day celebration session in the month of March. So we are doing this session in collaboration with Wiki. They have been a constant support to women entrepreneurs across the world, and they have been very supportive of our sessions as well. And we've received a very good feedback for the session that we hosted in March. And a lot of people have actually asked us to do a similar kind of a session. So we are trying to do something similar, but we are trying to keep it little more different and have a fresh perspective to things. Coding yourself definitely sounds like a interesting subject to have for all of us. I have Ghazal Luthra with me today. Ghazal, if you can just wave your hand. So Ghazal is an internationally renowned mindset makeover coach. That sounds so fantastic, by the way, Ghazal. She has over 2 decades of enriching work experience. She's a certified practitioner for quantum energy, mental space psychology, NLP, and transactional analysis. She has impeccable knowledge as a mindset makeover coach and has helped and trained many leading brands in the industry like Deloitte, Ford, Genpact, DPS, HDFC, and many more. I also have with me today Malvika. Malvika Joshi is the president for the Telangana and AP State Council for Wiki. She is an active member of NASCOM as well, and she's a very passionate diversity and inclusion practitioner. So thank you, both of you, for giving your valuable time to us. We appreciate it. Malvika, over to you.
Thank you, Shivani. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to connect with all of you because, Vicky that Shivani mentioned is very passionate about coaching and empowering women. Vicky, if I expand, is Women's India Chamber of Commerce and Industry, which is a non-profit organization, and it is constituted under the FICCI, which you all would know about, the Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce. And the purpose of Vicky is to enable women and to make coaching accessible to everyone with a special focus for women. But today, I think coaching is something which is very important for any leader or for anyone, because if you are a coach, you can really successfully navigate yourself with your own career and with the careers of others. So it's very important. And what Ghazal is going to talk about is in these times very important, especially with the pandemic and afterwards, where we have to be resilient. We thought nothing better than to look within, look at our inner software and see how is our coding inside, and can we match that to be resilient and come up in these circumstances. So as the president of the AP Telangana chapter, I welcome you all to this session. And for us, this session is because we would like you all to know more about coaching, know more about how you can be an effective person, a leader, a mother, a brother, anyone, whatever your role in life, you will be able to do it well if you have the right mindset. And the council represents the voice of women coaches in India and strengthens their presence and empowers them to enhance the reach of coaching to every corner of the country. So that is the intention of Wiki. And Wiki and NASCOM has tied together to come with various series for you all. And this is one of them after our March intervention when we had that for the Women's Day celebrations. So over to Ghazal for her interesting and very interesting topic. And Ghazal, I'm sure you are going to make this Friday afternoon a lively one. So over to you, Ghazal.
Thank you so much, Malvik and Shivani, for giving such a beautiful introduction about me and Vicky. I would like to begin today's session by paying my immense gratitude to each one of you present here. I'm sure you all had some work priorities or time constraints, but you all still made it. Hence, I will ensure to give you the best value of your time invested. So without any further delays, we will straightaway jump to today's session. And I would request everyone to please give me either a green check or text chat whether you can see my screen properly. So either you can just write yes, or you can just give me a green check. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. So first thing, this 1 hour is absolutely for all of you. All right. And I would just say that I'm not here to give you any kind of a gyan, or I'm not going to even preach you for what you must do and what you should not do, because you all are intellectual souls. And in fact, I would be learning more than giving you back today. That's my surety to myself and to you, right? So there are a few things which I want to convey in the beginning. First and the foremost, relax yourself completely. All right. So just relax yourself, sit comfortably, grab a cup of coffee or your favorite drink and just sit, because next 1 hour is just going to be for you. Second thing that you need to do is that you need to have a pen and a notebook, right? Because there might be some important notes. And in fact, we're going to do some very nice and engaging activities that you might find them eye openers, or you can find an enormous shift within you once you go through them, right? And thirdly, I would request everyone, if you can give your undivided attention to me for just 1 hour, because trust me, we all are here to improve ourselves. We all are work in progress. So take out some time for yourself. Do not do multitasking. Just be with me, relax, and let's see what we can gain in today's session from each other. All right. So how is your Josh? I want to know how is your Josh so that I can bring it on the same energy that you would want from me today. I would love to do the entire justice to this thing. Hi, sir. Fantastic, Nivya. What about others? Okay, we have 90 participants. Trust me, this session is for you. It is not for me. Yeah, so just be chill, completely chilled out and pay your attention and relax here. Okay, great, high, great, and fully excited. And I will not let you down. That is my commitment to you. All right. So another thing that I want to warn all of you, yeah, that's a warning. This is not a motivational talk. All right. So you are going to apply your mind, because I'm going to show you a lot of things and I'm going to ask you what exactly you feel about it. So it's not going to be surely a one-way traffic. You have to engage yourself completely. Ready? So thank you so much for showing your enthusiasm, and let's now move. This is the first slide. I would want you to give me your response. What do you think about it? So have a look at this picture and tell me, what do you think? Breaking barriers, out of box, breaking out of the comfort zone. Fantastic. Going beyond. Wow. Opportunity. Going into the sea. Yes. Going beyond. Yes. Extending the boundaries, women ahead, breaking the glass ceiling, thinking out of the box. Perfect. Have to push. Absolutely. Confidence, life surprises. Oh yeah, life surprises. That's a good thing. Adventurous. Yes, yes. Okay. Explore new opportunities. Yes. So continue whatever comes to your mind. You know, there was like, when I was showing this picture to few students, and one student said that This seems to be a construction problem, right? So it could be anything. It could be anything. So don't hesitate. Whatever comes. Somebody said this is not possible because if there is no wall in between to hold the pool and the sea to separate, the swimming pool will not exist, right? Limitless, absolutely. Out of box. Yeah. Okay, dive into the sea by pool. Very true, provided you know how to swim. All right. Okay, great. Discrimination. Wow, that's an interesting viewpoint, Shobham. Don't have same goals. Yes, Gurbeer. Okay. So by showing you this picture, I want to come to a point here. All your answers are absolutely beautiful, very profound answers that you have given. But what I'm trying to tell you today is that in order to shape your life, you have to be willing and you have to be able, isn't it? Now, we all are equally abled. We are born with same ability. When it comes to our senses, comes to our minds, it comes to our body, we have the same capabilities to function, isn't it? So it is the ability which is absolutely same given to us. So what is different? It is the willingness of a person that makes that person different, isn't it? So let me come up with a case study. I'm not going to tell you the brand because I told you I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. So please pay attention. You have to guess me. This is a story about those two people that you have to tell me what was the brand or what is the brand, right? So there were two guys by the name of Brian and Jan, all right? And if you've guessed it just by name, just keep it to yourself. And Brian and Jan were working somewhere, and they got little bored. In fact, they were not too happy with their life, so they quit their job and they decided to go on world exploration, right? But very quickly they ran out of money. Now they didn't know what to do, so they tried to do another job, but they did not succeed there as well. But in between, what happened? They came up with a very beautiful idea. While they were traveling the world around, they realized that there should be some kind of a app, or there should be some kind of a technology that can connect people by just knowing that what are they doing, what is just sharing their update, that how are you feeling, where are you right now, or something like that. All right. And this was just an idea that came up, and with this idea they started to think. Now hear me out. They had no ability to develop that idea because they were not the developers. All right. And when they spoke to people, they said, you require a very hardcore technical iOS developer. So they hired a Russian guy called Igor, and Igor helped them to develop this technology. However, within few months, they realized that probably it wasn't a great success. They had invested everything that they had, but they were not going much anywhere. I would cut the story short. This happened in 2009. In 2014, they sold the same app to Facebook for whooping $19 billion. $19 billion in WhatsApp. Absolutely right, Soumya. Soumya, fastest finger first, and she gets the right answer. Yes. So this is what about only your willingness. There is nothing and nothing more than the willingness in this world. We all have been the ability, right? If you have the willingness, you will find the way out. Somebody just wrote, where there is a will, there is a way, right? So never ever let the ability come in between you, right? Another beautiful thing that I want to share is that when John F. Kennedy, the president of US, asked Dr. Von Braun, he was one of the renowned scientists, and he said that, Dr. Braun, tell us, what would it take to build a spacecraft, take it to the moon with my men there, and bring them back safely? Now, this was a very complicated question, isn't it? And he would have given the answer probably in few pages, or he would have written, or, he would have said, I will give you the process, everything. But he replied the question in just 5 words. And he said, the will to do it. This was his answer in just 5 words, the will to do it. That's it. So if you have the will, you can do anything, right? So that's what I want to begin with. That, see, the God's gift to us is that God has given us infinite potential. But you know what is our gift to God? Our gift to God is to use that potential. And we are not even using 2% of it. Forget about 10%, right? So now my first question to all of you is that be very honest and tell me, how much willing are you to change your life? And I would want to give you just 10 seconds to answer that and give me an answer in percentage. What is your percentage of willingness to change your life? We are not going to talk about ability. I made it clear to you. Ability is endless. It is infinite. Yeah. Tell me one thing. Everybody, tell me one thing. If I give you an apple and you cut it into half, can you tell me how many seeds are there? Can you count and tell me how many seeds are there? If I give you an apple, you cut it and it's visible. Can you just take out all the seeds and tell me how many there are? Yes, right? But the same seeds, when you are going to sow those seeds and the beautiful plants are going to come up, can you tell me how many apples are going to come out of it? No way you can determine how many apples one tree is going to produce, and that is your potential. That is your ability, right? So this is what I want to say, that we all have been blessed with great ability. It has willingness that makes us change our life. All right. Okay. So now let's go to this. Are you guys hungry, by the way? Anybody feeling hungry? Because I've got a nice burger for you. McDonald's burger. Yes, Tanya is saying yes, 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 of course. Okay. So neither I'm a hardcore fan of McDonald's and nor do I love to binge on burgers. And also this is not a marketing class, but still I have got you this for a reason. Who here is going to tell me that what is the reason that McDonald's, not being an original Indian brand, became so successful here? Marketing, okay. Aloo tikki, cheap, okay. Thinking of the strategy, matched Indian taste, absolutely right. Adopting Indian taste, quality, predictable, all right, fantastic. All the answers are absolutely right. Fantastic, right? What they did was they very carefully did two things that I am mentioning right now. Apart from that, all your answers are absolutely bang on. And what they did was they discarded what is not working, right? It wasn't definitely that what was offered in the US, the same taste would be preferred in India as well, right? So they discarded what's not working and introduced what works, right? So they came up, somebody wrote aloo tikki, paneer, and chatpata something. I don't know. They have lots and lots of varieties. So and everything tastes to our Indian taste buds, right? So this is what they did. They discard what is not working and introduce what works now. My question to you is that when it comes to anything that is related to product, it is easy, it is simple, so super easy for us to know that what we need to discard and what we need to introduce. But then what happens when it comes to us? What happens when it comes to us? Don't we know what we need to discard in our life that is not working in terms of our behavior, our habits, our beliefs, our negative thinking? Don't we know that if we can get up just half an hour early every day, we can definitely conquer a lot? Don't we know taking care of health is of prime importance, especially after COVID? Don't we know that we need to plan our day so that we have some free time for us? Don't we know that we must save money? Don't we know we must learn to organize, say no to unnecessary things? The question is, when we know all this, why don't we do it? And I would love to hear from you. What do you think is the reason? Why do 95% people feel stuck? Why can't they change? See, by now, I'm certain, especially in last 1.5, 2 years with these webinars fatigue, half of you must be the live Googles, going around and talking and understand, because we have gone through so much of knowledge, so much of input, right? That everybody knows. If you say, okay, motivation, let me talk about, I'll tell you how to stay motivated. That's a different story, whether we do it or not, but we have the knowledge for everything, isn't it? So here are some very good answers coming. Procrastinating, self-doubt, miracle, want miracle, then working hard. Yes, Anli. Fear of people around, they don't have guts to initiate. Yeah. Fear of change, very true. Coming out of comfort zone, perfect. Fear of failure, difficult to change. Absolutely right. I'm also going to add my viewpoint on this, and my viewpoint says most of the people, what are they doing is this: they're putting a lot of effort. And I would love to congratulate each one of you, because you have made an effort today to attend this webinar, isn't it? So they are putting a lot of effort in whatever they are doing, but they are using the wrong tool. They are using the wrong tools, and that's the reason they are not getting the results, isn't it? Now, I want you to give me a very sincere answer to a fact that is known to most of the people. Don't you think that most of the people think that if you have good education and if you work hard, you are going to get successful? How many of you feel that maybe you must have heard it somewhere, that if you have good education and you are working hard, you are going to be successful? Yes. At least I was brought up with this conditioning, with this belief that educating yourself and then working hard, maybe 9 to 5, or then, putting all your best. Yes. Yes, Tanya. So this is what is our conditioning, isn't it? But this is a conditioning which might give you, it might give you an incremental growth, but this will not give you an exponential growth. All right. And with all due respect, I want to ask you that if this was a proven hardcore formula for success, then why isn't that all the professors or the educators are millionaires and billionaires in life? Because if you see them, they all have great education, great degrees, and then they are working hard, right? But you will seldom find any great educator doing very big for himself and also contributing globally on a larger scale, right? Because there is something more to it. It is not effort and just your knowledge that is going to take you from here to here. There is something else, and that is what coding yourself is all about, right? So firstly, I would encourage everybody to peel off this illusion that only education and hard work is going to bring you or give you something. It is not going to give you that, right? That's like using a wrong tool, right? That's like, using MS-DOS in today's world, Windows. And then you are saying, I've been working on this software, this operating system for 12 hours a day, but still I am not getting the results. Come on, you're not going to get results because you're using the wrong tool, isn't it? This is what is going to happen to us. So first, peel off this massive illusion that only working hard or having just the knowledge is going to give you success. All right, because now I'm going to reveal you the secret. And if you learn to use it in your life, trust me, you don't have to work hard. I'm telling you, you don't have to work hard. Somebody wrote that, it's too overwhelming to, and you feel that some miracle happened. Your life will become miraculous if you start doing it. And that is success. Success is 5% strategy, only 5%, and 95% mindset. So sadly, what people are giving importance to the trainings, importance to process, systems, strategies, that contributes only to your 5% of success. 95% is your mindset. 95%, right? How many of you have read this book called U Square? Anybody who's read this book called U Square? It's by, I think, Price Pritchett. Okay. I would highly recommend and encourage you to buy this book. It is a very small book, tiny book, I would say, of only probably 30 pages or so, right? So when it came to me, through Amazon, and it was wrapped in a hard board, kind of, brown paper. And I thought, oh my God, I think they forgot to put the book inside because it was so tiny, right? Price Pritchett Tunnel. Price Pritchett, yeah. Name is U and then square. So number 2 is the square, U Square, YOU and square, right? And the number 1 principle, it's a world-renowned book used by most of the leading, I would say, educationalists, reading speakers. And the first principle, or the first thing that he's taught about in that book, is that quit trying harder. Quit trying harder. because that is not going to lead to success. All right. And he's given a beautiful example. If you have seen a fly, sometimes I'm sure you must have come across a scene in life where you are sitting somewhere, probably in a hotel or somewhere, if you've gone out, or maybe a room also, and you have a glass window and there is a fly, and that fly wants to go out. So it starts banging itself on the window, but it is unable to do that, isn't it? But little did it know that just by flying 10 seconds on the right side, there is a huge, massive glass door that is open. But the fly does not attempt, and it continues to bang on the same window until and unless it dies its own death. This is exactly the case with us human beings. If we don't try anything different, we are not going to get any different results, right? So strategy is your outside work and mindset is your inside work. If you work on your mindset, everything is going to change, right? I would like to take a pause here and would want to understand, how are you feeling now? So just type anything. How are you feeling? What do you think? Whatever you have heard, does it make any sense? Are you excited? Do you want to know more about it? How are we going to code ourselves? Although 1 hour is a bit too lesser time, but I've tried to do justice by at least giving you something that you can take. Even if you take one thing today, I think I've made my day. Yes, fantastic. Okay, thank you so much. You guys have such a great energy and I'm feeling super motivated to continue. All right, now let's move forward. I am not endorsing McDonald's for sure. And as I said, this is not my favorite brand too. But coming back to McDonald's, right? We realized that they did few things to make themselves successful. But there is a 3A, 3A process or a formula that I would like to give it to you today. And that is a formula that you can use in life for anything that you want to change in your life, right? And this formula, if you apply in any sphere of your life, for any challenge you face, you are going to find a solution, okay? So here is this formula. The first step to 3A formula is you must first learn how to create an awareness for a problem or a challenge. Second, should be an acceptance that, all right, the problem is there. That's what McDonald's did. They created an awareness that, all right, this is a different culture. We cannot continue with the same products in India, right? So they made an acceptance that we need to change, right? And third, what they did, of course, action, right? And they took action and they made certain products which were instant hit in Indian market, right? So are you all ready to now go full on to change yourself? Yes, give me a quick yes, or you can write why, whatever. Okay, great. All right, so we are going to begin with awareness now. Now I want your undivided attention, because see, you need to learn. Person like me, and I'm sure all of you, we don't do things till the time we are convinced about it, right? And this is not a woo-woo kind of a thing I'm telling you, or some kind of a magic that I'm telling you. This is a very scientifically proven thing that I'm telling you, but you must understand. And once you have an understanding, then you will have the acceptance also, right? So again, coming to this picture, give me your point of view. What do you think? Confined, yeah, beautiful. Unhappy, okay. Cage, all right. Monotonous, pat in its own little world, stuck, yeah. True. Parrot in a cage, yes. Boring, comfort zone, absolutely right. Not exploring, trap, restricted, perfect. Okay, Kirti is written V. Okay, Kirti, is that like, okay, you, okay. Not seeing light outside, lockdown, okay. Missing blue sky. Such a beautiful perspective, Rajni. Us in our thoughts, unhappy with work. Absolutely correct. Exactly. No personal life apart from work. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for giving these answers. Limited, confined, perfect. So now, full attention to this circle that you can see on your left side, all right? Now, imagine that this is your mind, and this image was given by Dr. Thomas Fleet in 1934. So this is not something that I have invented, but this is something which has been always there since then. And it is, I would say, the foundation of understanding yourself. Okay. So this is our mind, and the mind is divided into two parts, your knowing mind and your action mind. All right. So you must have heard about these terms, conscious mind, subconscious mind. I am fairly sure that most of the people must have by now. All right. Now, knowing mind is only 10%. Whatever knowledge you gain, in fact, whatever knowledge you are gaining today also from my session, everything will be stored here, all right, in this 10%, okay? So whatever knowledge or observations you have, everything goes here. Your action mind is 90%. And in that action mind, there is something known as paradigm. So all the action that you take is coming from this mind. And trust me, these two minds are absolutely separate. There is no as such, free access to connect with these two minds. You have to make a deliberate attempt to make an access from knowing to an action mind. Okay, knowing to a doing mind, action mind, whatever. And this is your subconscious mind also. Okay. Now, I don't know how many of you have heard this word paradigm, because paradigm is a fairly new term. Many people don't understand, but I'm going to try to make you understand in a very, very simple language. Okay. So if I may say, what are paradigms? Paradigms are basically those mental models that you have, and they are all stored. So if most of the people are from IT industry, then these are the softwares. These are the apps that you have downloaded and now they are stored, right? So for example, if you have launched a health app, okay, and that health app is going to, it gives information to people that the moment they press A plus say D, then it tells them that what should be their ideal weight, what should be the BMI, what should be the other parameters for a healthy body, right? Now, after a survey, you understand that, oh my, this is not something which people want. Maybe they want to know that how better or best is my immunity, right? Because after going through so many, challenging times recently, people want to know. So now, do you think if you press A to D, A plus D, you are going to get a new result of what is my immunity level? What will you do? What will you do to change it? So that when people either press A plus D or they press A plus Z, and they get this outcome or they get this information that how good is my immunity level, what will you do? Anybody? What will you do? You are going to change the coding, isn't it? You're going to change the coding, because if you continue pressing A and D, no matter even for 100 times, it is not going to alter the results, right? So this is what your paradigm is all about. Paradigm is a mental model of your habits, all your behaviors, and all your beliefs that are stored inside you, and it has almost exclusive control over you. The way you talk, the way you think, the way you walk, everything is decided by this paradigm. And these paradigms are formed in your childhood. If somebody was told life is difficult, for him, life is super difficult, it does not matter what others are saying, because that is going to 10%, 90% still remains the same. Have you seen people, some people who either win a lottery or they take a very, I would say, exponential jump sometimes, but then sadly they don't stay there and they come back down. So in 1 year their growth is very high, but they're not able to sustain, and just we say that jitni jaldi upar gaye the na utni jaldi niche aa gaye, isn't it? Why does that happen? Because the person probably gained some kind of a confidence temporarily by overruling its paradigm and changed his level of earning and went high. But very soon the paradigm brings them down, because if the paradigm believes that you cannot be rich, you cannot stay rich, right? So whatever programs are inside this paradigm, they are ruling your life. Is that clear to everybody? So it does not matter what you know. What matter is what your paradigm knows. All right. So this is an important thing which will not be taught to you in any college. Tell me, have you heard of this word in your school time or in your college, or any chapter which was dedicated on mindset? No. And that is the saddest affair we have. That is the saddest affair, right? So this paradigm cannot be changed. It cannot be overpowered. It's too strong, 90%. And it works on autopilot mode. It's over smart than you because it is you, in fact, right? So the way you put an AC, if you're using an air conditioner, you put it and you set it on 25 degrees. And somebody opens the door and goes, and all of a sudden your room becomes hot, right? So what will AC do? It will start functioning more, but it will bring back to 25 degrees. It will not bring it to 22 degrees, right? It will only make it stay till 25 degrees. That is what your paradigm is about. So it's essential that we must know that what all our paradigm can do to us. Okay. So quickly, let's see, because people think, yes, Shri Rekha, you are absolutely right. People think that, it is just if I become more knowledgeable or start working hard, it's not going to work that way. Quickly, let's see what all it affects. It affects your perception, it affects your use of time, your creativity, productivity, your ability to earn money also, and your effectiveness. All right. And you'll be surprised to know paradigms, and it also affects your logic. That's the biggest thing. Now, whatever logic you gave me while seeing those pictures that I've shown, they are all coming from your paradigm, isn't it? And that's why the reasons were so different. The picture was the same, but the reasons were different because your paradigm has its own understanding and you work with your own understanding, right? So individuals have paradigms, then teams have paradigms, even companies have paradigms, and even countries have paradigms. Some companies are people centric, some companies are product centric, right? Why? How is it coming? Because the leaders have their own paradigm. The way they think, they apply that to the downtrend, right? And that becomes the paradigm of an organization. Would you agree with me on this, right? So this is what you would want to know, that your paradigm is completely a feeling mind. In your life, you're going to do any work for two reasons, either to avoid pain or to gain pleasure. Some people are working out, doing exercise because they don't want to fall sick. But some people are doing it because they want to look good. And there is a difference in both of them. There's a difference of feeling. There is a difference in intention, right? And that is how your paradigm works. It's a completely feeling mind. So it's like, you are going to buy a beautiful latest technology laptop, but there is a limitation that you cannot install the apps of your own choice. Would you like it? If you have invested your hard-earned money in buying a laptop, but you have no liberty or choice or freedom to download your own apps, and you will say, what the hell? I did not spend money, to feel confined or to do what others are saying. This is what your paradigm is about. You're not living your life. This is what was given to you by your parents, friends, teachers, culture, society, environment. And you are living in these rules. Anybody knows what is rules? I love to use this word rules. This was introduced by Vishen Lakhiani. And rules is basically bullshit rules. Okay. So we all are bought up with bullshit rules. Work hard, 9 to 6 job, should not go out, be safe, continue doing what you're doing all your life, become master in what you should, in only one thing. All these are all rules, right? So, but we will not talk about that. All right. Okay. All right. So let's begin our work. Ready for it? Give me a nice ready. Give me a nice ready. How many of you are ready to change your paradigm? Because remember, I'll tell you something. If you want to change the fruits, you have to change the roots. And if you want to change the visible, you have to change the invisible. That's the trick. Till the time you don't change inside, nothing is going to work outside. Let me tell you, it is a simple law of cause and effect. Everybody has heard about it, isn't it? So just if you today, I will encourage you to sit in the evening and see what is happening wrong in your life, any area, and the effect that you are seeing. Learn to have an awareness and then an acceptance. It is you who is the cause, not your parents, not your in-laws, not your friends, or not your boss. You say, my boss is a jerk, my company is a big losing company. It's not that, because that company might have probably 2,000 employees. Everybody doesn't feel that. maybe 20 of them feel, and trust me, those 20 will be together, huh? I'll tell you, because they love to discuss. It says that, depression attracts depression, sadness attracts sadness, gossip attracts gossip, because these people are vibrating at the same level. But the moment you change your paradigm, you know what happens? The moment you change your paradigm, your vibration shift. And when your vibration shift, you go to a nice, beautiful vibration. And trust me, there the competition is much lesser. There is hardly any competition when you raise to a higher level. And that is how all these big people, they manage to do so many things, because they are living at a frequency where they don't go through these, daily, I would say, daily issues or turbulence of, managing things. And some people say, yeah, life mein ek baar mein to kabhi kaam hota hi nahi hai. Many people say that. I have gone through all that. So for me, everything was difficult. I had to do it 2, 3. Everybody would get ticket in one time. I have to probably log in 5 times to get it, right? So everything was difficult. But because I had a paradigm that made me do that, and I was in a vibration, I was in that frequency. And in that frequency, that is what was offered to me, right? So quickly tell me, all of you, if you can see this and you have to plan a trip and you go to buy a ticket, or let's say even on online, most of the people book online. What are the 2 things that would pop up first? 2 things. If you have to plan a trip and go somewhere, 2 things will come that you have to see. Price will come, budget will come, but you have to feed 2 things, 2 information first. Oh, no, Shri Rekha, not clear trip. I'm saying two things. Yes, Manpreet got it right. So the thing is, you must know 2 things. And the first thing is, So the first thing is where you are. And the second thing is where you want to go. Isn't it? Right? You must know where you are and where you want to go if you want to change your life. Right? Do you agree? Perfect. Now, many people know where they are, or they think that they're thinking where they are. But many people have no idea, no clue. And if you ask them, how's life? Yeah, everything is going fine, because they've never sat with their own self to understand where they are and where they want to go, right? So today, let's begin our coding with this first question. Are you ready? Please bring out your pen and your notebook, because you're going to do a little work now, okay? So first thing, where you are, and I'm going to quickly give you only 3 areas because we don't have time. So only 3 areas where we're going to find out where are we. All right, great, cool, fantastic. Yeah, how to go is a bit challenging, yes, but I would say the beginning, the initiation of any task begins by thinking where I want to go. Then how I will go, I figure out later on, right? Perfect. Okay, so what you need to do now is, firstly, you are going to sit comfortably. This exercise is not a logic exercise. I'm warning all of you, okay? It is a visceral exercise. Visceral means it's a feeling exercise, okay? So you all are going to relax yourself, calm yourself down, and you are now going to do something which I'm telling you. I always encourage people to do this exercise. If you want, I can tell you. Whenever you're feeling stressed, especially when you are in meetings, what you can do is quickly, you can breathe in from your nose and breathe out from your mouth, and take out a very nice voice, like this. I'm giving you a demo, and do it 3 times. And you will see your, internal body chemistry changes completely, because it feels so relaxed, and you will calm down, right? So it's like this. Breathe in. And you can put your hand on your heart. That's a very beautiful connection that you can build with your own self. So let's do it 3 times, okay? Relax yourself completely. And you can keep your eyes closed if you want, just for a few more seconds. And I'm asking you a question now. When you think about your work, what is the first feeling that comes to you? And you have to write that word. So open your eyes and write that word. You can share it in the chat, or you can just write it in your notebook. What is that first word that comes? What is the first word? when you think about your work, your present situation, okay? Fantastic. So just write it, whether you are feeling relieved, happy, learning, somebody said, or stressed, worked up, not motivated, whatever. Confused, absolutely right. Exhausted, yes, absolutely right. So I love people who open up because that's very important. That's very important. Be vulnerable. जिसको जो सोचना है सोचने दो, कोई परवाह नहीं है, ठीक है? Just be yourself. So this is stuck. Yes. Okay, great. Love. Fantastic, Anshul. Now, on the scale of 0 to 10, what number would you love to give to your work? Whatever number comes. Don't manipulate. Don't put your logic. Okay. Just the first number that comes. Fantastic. Beautiful. Okay. Now, again, take a deep breath. And now, again, close your eyes and see yourself and ask yourself a question. How is my health? Are you absolutely fit? Do you have a good stamina? How is your diet? Right? Shri Rekha is writing 0. Okay. Okay. Horrible. Horrible. Too bad. Okay. In negative, not great. Yes. Okay. Very good. Yes. Fantastic. Missing my gym. What's stopping you, Tula? You gone, Tula. All right. Lots to manage. Yeah, I do understand, Sunil. Lots to manage. Okay. Need to. Okay. Great. Fantastic. Now, we're going to the third point, and that's your personal life. In personal life will be your relationships, even your money issues. Okay. If you have any money challenges or whatever your condition is, money related. Okay. And anything that you're doing for yourself. Are you getting time for yourself? So just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just ask yourself this question: how is my personal life? Give it a feeling, a name, and just rank it. Okay, great. And you can number it also if you want. Give a number too. Haywire, but no self-time. That's a great realization. Mix of many emotions, complex. Okay, personal life means with family or individuals. Both, I say. So your relationships with others and your relationship with your own self. Are you giving time to your own self? Okay. All right. So now you fairly know where are you in life. All right. Okay, great. Now we're going to work on where you want to go. Okay. How many of you have goals? Now, some people will say, goals? What goals? some people would say, yeah, I think about them. Other would say, no, I have defined goals. Okay. So goals, something which is, I'm talking about defined goals. Okay. And defined goal always come with what work you have to do. What is the service that you're going to provide, and what is the time frame, for achieving that goal. That these two things are mandate in any goal. Okay. So I cannot say that, okay, I want to be a world-class coach. But by when? Because your mind requires certainty. Okay. Your mind does not work on assumptions. It requires certainty if you want to fulfill. So always important to give goals. Goals come, I won't talk much because, that's a separate session. All right. So if you don't have goals, it's okay. But what I want to say is that learn to understand and figure out that where do you want to go, not after 10 years, just after 1 year. Okay. Are you somebody who's sitting and thinking where you want to go, what you want to do, what you want to achieve? All right. And there was a very beautiful poem by, I think, Bill Dove. I'm not remembering the name. And he said that sit down with you and say that what do I want? Not what my family wants, not what my spouse wants, not what my friends want. What do I want? Right? So what do you want in life? Where do you want to go? What work you want to do? How much you want to earn? What kind of life you want to live? All these things are very essential questions, and they are going to bring enormous shift in your life. So burn that in your mind. You must know where you want to go. Don't just have haywire talks, self talks with your paradigm that all right, एक दिन तो होगा, एक दिन मैं बहुत बड़ा आदमी बनूंगा. हाँ, it's your mind does not register ek din, right? So we have to sit with our own self and know where we want to go. So today we are going to do is where we want to go, or where do I see myself just after 1 year. Okay, let's not make it complicated, simple. All right, because complexity is the biggest enemy of execution. Let me tell you why we can't execute, in our life, because we make it so complex. I don't have time. If I don't have time, how will I do it? Okay, even if I do it, what will be the point of doing it? How will I manage? What will happen to my kids? All these complexities we bring, and that makes us paralyzed to take action. Okay, so make it simple. Sit down. I'm giving you just 2 minutes now. Again, write these 3 criterias: work, health, personal life, and just write where you see yourself after 1 year. Okay, please go ahead and do this. I'm giving you 5 minutes, not 5 minutes, I'll give you 2 minutes. But I would say please do it in the evening, sit with yourself, or now Saturday, Sunday, a great weekend for you to spend some time. Take this challenge, go alone for a cup of coffee, a date with your own self, dress up properly, carry your notebook, and write these 3 things. Where do I want to see myself just after 1 year? I'll tell you, if you see yourself with what you want, then you must not settle for anything else. And I am a live example of that. And please give me, give me a yes, because I can't see the green check. So give me a yes once it is done. And then I'm going to tell you the process, what we have to do. Great. All right. So let's move forward now. Now we're quickly coming to the process. Now, as I told you, we're not going to make it complex, and it's going to be a very simple thing. I'm telling you with my experience, don't try to change your life immediately, instantly. All right. It is going to backfire. Anytime, if you're on a diet and you say that from tomorrow, no rice, no sweet, no oil, no junk food, sorry, it's not going to work. I'm telling you, because your mind, your paradigm is very stubborn. All right. So it has to be, the way you fool a child sometimes by saying, okay, if you do this homework, I'm going to, give you a chocolate or something. You have to fool your paradigm. All right. And your paradigm is too strong. You can never, ever delete your paradigm. You can only change it by building a new paradigm, and so that the old one dies. Okay. So it's the way, a small story, a man who had 2 cocks, and every time before the fight would begin, he would know which cock would win. So somebody asked him that, how are you always so right and so sure which cock would win? And he said, it's very simple. The one I want the cock to win, I stop feeding him 4 days in advance. Yeah. So the moment he stops feeding, his energy goes down. That's what you need to do. Stop feeding your paradigms that tell you are good for nothing, you are not good enough, don't take risks, people are going to judge you, they're going to ridicule you, what a useless idea, don't speak, public speaking fear. All these are your paradigms, right? So what you need to do, you will build a model simultaneously, quietly, so that this model completely goes down. It loses its power, and this becomes very strong. Okay. So what are you going to do? Here you have seen this, 1 or 2 things that you should change. So for instance, work, if you've written that I'm very stressed or I'm confused, or if somebody has written that I'm good, then how can you make it better? Okay. So good is not the end. How can you make it best? How can you make it better? You must always and always try to challenge your own potential. So quickly write 1 thing that you should change. So maybe you can say that I would, maintain a productivity diary, or I will make a schedule. Just 1 change. or I will get up just 15 minutes early, not or half an hour early. All right. Or sleep on time, whatever. And there one or two ideas that you should implement to achieve that. Okay. So one thing you should change is that you should stop wasting time on social media so that you get more time for your own self. And the idea you should implement is that I am going to maintain my diary or whatever. So these are the two things that you need to do for sure, one thing at a time. I'm warning you step by step, or else you will not succeed, because your paradigm puts a royal battle. But once you are on it, nothing can stop you. You becomes unstoppable. Okay. So we are nearing to end the session now. I'm just asking all of you, what do you think about this image? Yeah, get up early, maintain journal. Beautiful. Never give up. Never give up. Perfection. Okay. Keep trying. Handling too many things at time. Practice makes perfect. Don't multitask. But he's not multitasking. He's doing, I think, what he's good at. Okay. But I truly respect. Okay. Failure are the steps of success. People don't see the process. Okay. Focused practice. Yes, absolutely right. I would love to put a perspective to it, that do not think that you cannot do anything, or this is not the right time, or the day I feel I have better, time, I would do it. Everybody who is born with the same ability, I'm ending it with that. And you are also born with the same ability, right? And remember, every master was once a disaster. And as you can see, these are plates that were fallen, right? They have been broken. Why? Because he has been doing two things to become the master. And do you know what are those two things? Repetition, over and over, doing the one act 1,000 times, repeating it and emotionalizing as if I am the master of this game, made him the perfectionist, isn't it? So this is what you need to do. Now that you know that what you need to change, you are going to write that change by using this statement. And I'm going to give you an example. For instance, somebody says that I'm too stressed with my work. So you're going to say, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am absolutely calm as I do my work in a very proper manner or a systematic manner, right? So you're going to write a positive statement completely contrary, opposite to the situation. Hear me out again. Opposite, contrary to your present situation. I mean, if it is positive, then you can definitely make it better. But I would encourage, try to change your paradigms where they are not working for you, right? So coding yourself is all about making your life better, isn't it? And things which are already better, you need not worry about them. They will become best at their own, in their own time, right? So do this. When you start writing and repeating this statement in your mind, and somebody said writing journal, write it 10 times at least in the morning. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm absolutely calm and managing all my work with perfection, right? If you do that, what's going to happen? Again and again, this is the only way your conscious mind is going to access to your old paradigm. New paradigm will be built very soon, and you are not going to feel stressed because your cause is going to change, right? Your paradigm is going to change. It is not going to get or feel anxious for small things. Oh my God, now the mail has come. What do I do? Oh my God, I have so much to do, right? These are the subtle things, subtle feelings, certain programs that run in your mind, and they create stress. And most of the time we are over assuming. Trust me, nothing has happened. It's a fear that has been created by a paradigm. So it always thinks of words and give us the fear. So do this, and that is how you are going to change anything in this life. I'm telling you what I have gained by changing my paradigm. I left my job at the peak. I lost everything, my identity, financial status, everything, even good relationships, everything was gone that came with power and money, and everything was lost. I was at zero, rock bottom, completely low and out. When I started working on my paradigms, I became a fluent speaker. I had a severe public speaking fear. Okay. My income doubled, in how many days? Only in 29 days. Only in 29 days. Then I had better health. I learned to say no to people because that was my paradigm. Just to please everyone, I would say, yes, I'll do this. And I would put always myself in a tight spot. I stopped doing that. I became less stressed. I elevated my vibrations. I attracting good people. Now, nice people are in my life. They are trying to elevate me. I'm trying to help them, contribute them. My life is a dream life. How did that happen? Not just by knowledge. Something within me changed. Something really within me changed. And that's what you can do. You don't need a new sunrise to change your life. You just need a new mindset to change your life. Right? So, with this, I'm going to end the session. My immense gratitude to each one of you. And if you want to know more about me, follow my tips or some other articles related to mindset. You can follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook. I have a YouTube channel by the name of Mindset Power Shots, and also on my Instagram. My immense gratitude once again to Vicky and NASCOM for giving me this opportunity. All open for your questions and suggestions. I'll be here for just a few minutes in case there are any questions. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much, Ghazal, for such energetic and engaging session. I must say my chat window has never been so active. So thank you for that. I think all the participants also have been fantastic and participated in all the things that you've asked for. I'm seeing a lot of comments. People are thanking you for the session. Everybody, Ghazal is available on LinkedIn. If you would like to connect with her, please feel free and send her a message. She'll be happy to connect. And any other questions you have in specifically to Ghazal, you can write to me. I will promise to share it with Ghazal, and you can take it forward from there. I'm seeing a lot of hugs also, Ghazal. So that's a nice thing.
Yes, I'm embracing them graciously. Shweta has just asked that how can I attract, I think, good people in my life, something like that. All right.
Yes.
So, Shweta, if you want to attract good people in your life, then you have to start working on yourself. Just write, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have the best people around me who are totally for my well-being, or who are there to uplift me, elevate me, and bring me to a higher level, something like that. So make a nice and beautiful statement, and with all your emotions, and start doing it. Trust me on it. Within a month, you're going to start see the difference. And tell me, connect with me and tell me how did you feel. All right, but do this religiously. Okay.
This video will be available on YouTube. I'm posting the link. You can find it on our NASCOM Hyderabad channel if you would like to revisit the wonderful activities that Ghazal has done. So please feel free to check out the YouTube link as well. And thank you again, everybody. Thank you, Malvika, for introducing us to Ghazal. This was a fantastic session. I must say, I'm very happy to look at the participants' response and feedback. So thank you once again. Malvika, do you have to say anything before we say goodbye?
Yeah, thank you, Shivani. And thank you everyone for participating wholeheartedly. The 100% that you gave, and I think you have the right code now of a paradigm shift that you have to bring. So it's not C++ or Python or any other language, but use the paradigm language. That's what I also learned from Ghazal. Thank you so much, Ghazal, for the wonderful session. Each one of us, I think today will sit down with our coffee and do a little introspection and write it in our journal. Thank you so much. And thank you, Shivani and NASCOM and Vicky for bringing this together. We will come back with more sessions. Do send us your feedback. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, please do write feedback, because it will help me to formulate and execute another fantastic event maybe in another couple of months. So please do write to us. You have my email ID. I look forward to read your comments and feedbacks. And Ghazal, do you have to say anything before we part?
No, but because I'm full of gratitude. I truly loved everyone's energy. And whatever I can do, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And I would be really happy to help you out. Okay. And tell me, trust you all have that power. Come on, start using it, and let's make this world a beautiful place.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you again, everybody. Have a safe weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.